Have you ever felt like you don't fit in? Growing up, I was one of those quiet kids that didn't really belong. Every parent-teacher meeting, my parents would always be told that I needed to speak up more in class. At university, I was told to specialize in a field when all I really wanted to do was explore my curiosities. At work, I would be told to be a better team player. I would miss out on opportunities because I wasn't outspoken enough. No matter where I went, it seemed like I was never good enough being myself. I was told to change who I was in order to fit in and be successful, even if that meant going against my authentic self. Naturally, I did what everyone else does. I tried to fit in. I read books on winning friends and influencing people and worked on becoming more extroverted. I focused on my specialized career because I was told that was the only way to live life. I eventually hit a breaking point where I couldn't change who I was anymore. I was an introverted generalist trying to fit into a world where extroverted specialists were the ideal. I felt like I was a fish being told to climb a tree. Of course, I'm not going to fit in if I operate differently than the others. I feel like our society does a really good job of telling people who they should be. And if you deviate from this standard, you're automatically convinced that there's something wrong with you. But why can't we learn to embrace people's differences and just allow them to be who they are? If we just allowed everyone to be who they were without telling them how they should be or act, I don't think anyone would be trying to fit in. Fitting into someone else's standards, whether that's society's, a coworker, peer, or teacher, will always make you feel lonely. If you fit in by becoming someone you are not, people are getting to know what character you created. You will be surrounded by people who accept the character you made, but none of them will really know the real you. If I was told that I could be exactly myself, I probably would have had a lot of confidence growing up. Being told I couldn't be myself constantly throughout school, university, and work left me feeling so disconnected from everyone else and myself. I don't understand why we tell people to change who they really are, because it just makes everyone so miserable. So, if we don't try to fit in, what do? I stopped listening to everyone who was telling me to change and started embracing who I really was. The first step in this process was to accept yourself exactly as you are and to find ways to love your authentic self. If no one has ever told you this, I want you to know that you are perfect and don't need to change yourself. You don't need to compromise yourself anymore. You'll never succeed trying to fit into a world that wasn't made for you. I think it's time that instead of trying to fit in, we start to carve out a space for ourselves. It's time to stop fitting in and start embracing who you really are.